Is someone there?
Stop.
Hello, anyone there? Hello, welcome to Geekin now. Hello.
Can't take y'all nowhere.
We can't take anybody anywhere here. Okay, so we are on Geekin Out, a podcast, a live podcast that we do every Monday here on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, all these things. We are doing a special episode today about the book of Mandalorian. So it's a two-part thing of the Mandalorian and then the book of Boba Fett, because they kind of intertwine. So I feel like one kind of always has to speak about the other. So we are doing that today. It's going to be a fun time. So welcome. I will introduce my cast, I guess. I am Julian, Bad Juju. I am crazy. I do love Star Wars. I'm probably not as big as a fanatic as some of our special guests today. I'm really excited about. But otherwise, I'm big on fantasy. I love Wheel of Time. Otherwise, we are also joined by, next to me, Jermaine, our Jack of 1,000 Fandoms.
Frozen
in time. Stuck in the Matrix.
How do I take a screenshot?
Hit the print screen button.
I got it.
Something like that. Okay, so we. Oh no, he's back. Or not? Perhaps. Okay, so we're gonna move on. He'll come around when he comes around. We've got Ricky, otherwise Ricky Z, here today. Okay, so all right. Well, I wasn't sure if you were gonna join us, kind of, but we have you today. We're here for it.
Yeah, I've watched Star Wars. I have seen some of the Mandalorian.
Yes.
That's not my ministry. So
give her some Buffy though.
Yes. Which is why I invited this guy underneath Julian, Dr. Trip Parker. So he is
yes, our special guest.
A special guest, so lifelong Star Wars fan, strategic board game connoisseur.
Right now.
Figure it out, Jermaine. And a lover of Lego.
Now who's the drunk one?
Jermaine, I'm sorry. This is season 2. This is ridiculous.
I don't know.
You're gonna lose your peach.
Stop it. The real geek wives of Atlanta. Also, so this is Dr. Parker. Say hi, Dr. Parker.
Hi, how's it going?
Also known as my baby's father. So there you go. Yeah. Yeah.
Y'all have beautiful kids, so.
Oh, thanks.
We'll start there.
Hi, Billy. Oh my God, where have you been?
Thank you, guys. I made them myself.
Yeah.
The shade.
Oh yes. Oh, look, we don't have our things going.
Huh?
The shade
shade
of it
of
all.
we have a whole set of overlays today, though. Sorry, guys. We're pumped with a lot of stuff. So we are happy to have you, Trip. Thank you for joining us. What is your geek of expertise? Well, Star Wars, obviously. Never mind. I'm sorry.
I like Star Wars.
How long have you been a Star Wars fan?
My first memory of Star Wars was when I begged anybody in my family to take me to the movie theaters, and I remember being so young that the seats would fold me up. That was before they had fancy little seats that they put in there now, the colorful like little high chair thing. So I just got folded up. And so my aunt would take me one time, my grandfather took me one time, my teenage sister took me one time. That was horrible because the whole time I couldn't read. So I'd be like, what does it say? The little scrolling thing. They'd have to like read it to me, and people are like, yeah. So I pretty much since I can remember, I've been in love with Star Wars. So.
Oh, that's awesome. Wait, so okay, so I don't want to age anybody. Oh, we lost them. We're losing them. Okay, here. This is what I'm gonna do.
That is just too sweet.
Oh Lord.
Jermaine, unplug the router for 30 seconds.
Okay.
Okay, after you do that,
you gotta access it.
Slight disturbance. Sorry. So
Clear your cookies and cash.
Clear your cookies and cash. Yes.
Yeah, yo, honestly.
All right, Jermaine, we're gonna put you backstage so you can fix it. Okay.
Yeah. While he's
See you
figuring it out.
later.
Otherwise, so and then
Perfect.
otherwise we've
Great.
got Taman, who is
Hey.
writer, entrepreneur, many things.
Oh yeah, writer, director, entrepreneur, producer, author. Coming out my book behind me. You can't really see it, but Saucier. Make sure you guys go to jointhefratsneat.com. Sign up. Pre-orders is coming to an end because the book is really close to coming to you guys.
Yeah.
And that's who I am. Boom.
Yeah. Okay. So we are doing some Star Wars today. It's exciting. So every game, as you know, if you are joining us for the first time, we do a kind of a drinking game. not to support all these things, but so our word of the day is Mandalorian.
Yay!
So we're probably gonna end up saying it a lot, and we're probably gonna end up with a few problems.
What's in that water bottle, Julian?
Clear liquid.
Oh.
So either way it works. It's not my usual, let's say, but it's okay. We're making it work.
It's fine. Everybody
Yeah.
likes Everclear.
Ooh, I got flashbacks, PTSD
Okay.
in college.
Let's see how many times we say Mandalorian by the end of the night. Okay. All right, so then please join us with whatever you have, whatever you like, whatever your drink of choice is, whether it be juice, whether it be Tanqueray, whether it be whatever you like. Trip, what do we have for you today, by the way? What are you bringing to the table?
What am I drinking?
Yeah, what are you drinking?
I have some just vodka and cranberry juice.
Hey,
It's a healthy drink, honestly. I mean,
it's good, right? It's good for like your kidneys, right?
but also, I've been pre-gaming with my best friend, and I was telling him I'm about to do the show, and he also loves Star Wars. So I have some water just in case.
Don't worry, you'll be good. You'll be all right. We won't get you too drunk, I hope.
It's fine.
Okay, so all right, moving on. We are going to really fast, just so you guys know, we are on like Twitch, Facebook, YouTube. Please follow us. We're on Instagram.
And turn those
as well.
alerts on.
Oh yes, duh.
Turn on those alerts.
Yeah, we have alerts. Subscribe, follow,
Boop.
like. We are on
Boop.
Facebook, Twitch, YouTube,
The alarm.
all these things. Instagram, Geekin Out. Look for us. You'll find us. But we are gonna do a quick commercial, and then we're gonna just kind of. Oh no, actually, I lied. My schedule is off. I'm off schedule because I can't read. We are actually gonna do a game really fast. So in addition to our drinking game, thank God Jermaine's back just in time because the game's a good time. We are going to do a galactic version of Smash or Pass.
Oh God.
So it's gonna be a fun time. So I'm gonna throw up some characters. Ooh, I almost lost it. So I'm gonna throw up some characters. Well, okay. So I wasn't sure what to call it actually, and I was like, oh, what am I gonna call this thing? So I was like, Smash or Pass is like kind of the, it's what the go-to. But I was like, force, push, or pull, and I was just like, oh, maybe that'd be cute, but I don't know if anyone would like it.
Kill, right?
It's just Smash or Pass, yeah, not like Mary Kill. So it's gonna be a one character. A1 character, we're gonna tutor boot that kind of thing. We're gonna like them or heck go. All right, so let's begin. So our very first person is going to be I had. Where is she? I see you. Actually, no. We're gonna skip to these two. All right, so. From The Mandalorian, these are two assistant kind of characters. Not everybody will kind of, I guess, know who you are if you have been watching. If not, but we are going to just smash or pass them. So we're gonna do them as a pair.
Ooh.
Ricky, let's start with you. What do you say? Smash or pass?
Oh, because they are the pair.
Yeah, as a pair. You take one, you gotta take them both, but you gotta have them both. You can't just take them both. You have to have them both.
Yeah, they're the twin concubines.
Yes.
I take them both. Yeah.
Smash. We got smash from Ricky. Okay, we got one smash. All right. So then, Trip, what would you smash or pass?
Oh, 100% smash. The things you can do with those tentacles are just really,
God,
really amazing to me. And the guy with the ears in the back, he can come too. You know what? It's fine.
is he coming too with the ears in the back?
No, yeah. I mean, honestly though, if you're caught in the establishment that we're talking about, you could potentially actually end up with all three of them. So it's a total eventuality possibility. All right, so then Jermaine, smash or pass?
Oh, definitely smash.
He said, "Oh yeah,
like,
definitely." Okay.
The lady that runs this might charge me for it, but whatever. It's that kind of establishment.
Yes, tentacles can become a slippery slope. We know.
Yes, they can.
They can, but we are here for it. So.
Yes, they can.
All right, come on. You would smash or pass?
I have questions. In this establishment, what type of drugs are going on in here? Because it has to be some type of
spice.
Okay, I knew it was drugs going on.
They're tasting spice. They're cooking with spice. They're making spice castles.
Ooh, spice castles. Okay, what about the guy in the back right corner with the blue? He's black with the turban and the blue on.
I mean, if you make a pass, there's a possibility.
Okay, let's just smash everybody.
Smash it. Okay.
Oh, you mean Idris Elba in a dress?
Period.
We'll do them all. I'm here for it. Yo, okay, perfect. So then we got 4 smashes. Okay, I'm gonna add mine on. Obviously, this is a clear, not like 100% smash, unanimous smash. I think. I don't know why I had to ask everybody, but we had to put them up there first. Why not? But yes. Oh, P.S. So I'm a bit mad because I couldn't get her picture, which is who I was looking for first, which Jermaine was referencing just a second ago. Would be the master of said establishment that we're.
Yeah.
I would her too.
The queen of the cantina.
She did so good. I'm gonna have to find a picture of her at some point in the show. We're just gonna throw her up because because she gets a shout out all her own because she shined all by herself. I don't know where she came from, but her whole part in this whole story arc was awesome. So, moving on to the next one. Let's see, smash or pass. Smash or pass. All right, so we're gonna go with this is Luke Skywalker. In case we don't know, for all of us who might be unfamiliar, I guess, which is surprising because I mean it is Star Wars. I think it's like you would know this by now, at least his face, right? Anyway, so Trip, smash or pass. So sorry, this might be out of other people, out of leagues, but whatever, we're gonna roll with it.
Oh, out of the show. Okay, I get it. So is this before or after he has his robotic arm?
Yes.
Ooh. Oh, okay. So this, I believe, particularly is
that picture before.
Right before. I want to say it's like in that transition between.
I don't pass on too many opportunities to smash, but this would have to be one of them. Just because, I mean, he's just a basic white guy without the fancy, without the fancy arm.
Okay.
I'm a dozen. I'm going to pass on that one.
Oh, I'm going to pass. He's just a plain Jane. All right. Okay. We'll take it. So then, all right. Come on. Smash or pass?
Pass.
Pass on the white boy. Okay. All right. Pass on the nerf herder. All right. Jermaine, smash or pass?
See, here's the thing. Luke Skywalker is such a goody that I think I would smash just because I know I would corrupt him.
I know you would. You would lie on this network, on this station. You would. I know you would. It's okay. I would too. I understand. Yes, that's mine. Mm-hmm. Mine is a yes, a smash, because he was so cute back in the day, like old, like old school, like young, naive Luke is so cute.
Flipping over everything in Dagobah.
I'm here for it. Yeah.
Dagobah.
If you would have showed the one from the most recent never mind. Keep going.
We'll get there. But yes.
Old cantankerous.
Well, that's it. Well, that's him now. He's all cranky now. Anyway, so then Ricky.
Green Milk King.
Well, So Tamam wasn't gonna say it, but I'm gonna say it now. If it was a picture of him now with some more facial hair and like the salt and pepper,
He's angry. He has a grip.
I would smash that, but here I pass.
Oh really? She's like,
Yeah.
I take Daddy Luke Skywalker.
He looks a little too young.
Unexperienced.
He looks like an intern. I don't want to.
Intern, I can't. Okay, that was good. All right. Okay, so all right, that was good. All right, so then, not to jar anybody, but what about Smash or Pass?
Who is that?
This is new Luke Skywalker, technically.
Oh no, it's deep fake Luke Skywalker.
Now, okay, so this one looks like he's in his mid-20s at least.
Right. Okay. So
this one looks a little bit older, so I would be okay, a little bit better about this one. I'd be okay with this one.
This is technically him older. This is after he's like, this is him post hand loss, and a little bit more mature for sure. Yeah, more realized of a Jedi.
Okay.
I have a question. Is the character Luke Skywalker in one of these shows now?
He is. This is him.
Which show?
Yeah.
This is him. Mandalorian.
No, like is he? He's in the Mandalorian.
Yeah, he's in the Mandalorian.
And
yeah,
actually,
he's in both. He's in both. But the actor who plays him with the VR on top, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. With the AR actually, or whatever it's called, the filter on top is
CGI?
Different. Yeah, CGI. Well, yeah, it's the filter these. But anyway, so it's like they are different actors. This is I forget his name. Poop man, off the top of my head. Gone.
Doesn't matter.
Anyway, actor who looks like Luke Skywalker with the filter currently in front of us. The one that you will see in Boba Fett is actually Luke Skywalker with like make my face younger filter, and that's who we're looking at instead. So that's who you would be looking at there. So you do see kind of a difference a little bit. But this is well, okay. So I mean. Yes, this is a yes on Ricky's part. Okay, we're gonna go through.
No.
Oh, this is a no.
I'm sorry. Yes, he was a yes.
This one is a yes. I was like, oh, but wait, I thought you said he was older now.
No. Intern Skywalker's a no. This one's a yes.
This is associate Skywalker,
right?
And then executive Skywalker is the old cantankerous man.
Not
partner Skywalker.
Okay. No, okay, I see you. He's making
not
money.
Executive Skywalker.
Look,
so, I mean,
he's got money by that point.
Not entry level Skywalker.
Not entry level. No, like I said, that one wasn't even entry level. He was literally an intern, unpaid.
Yeah, he's making no money. He's not even getting a stipend.
No, unpaid intern.
Free lunch.
Maybe
none of it.
No.
On Fridays only.
Man, see, don't have much time.
All right, pass. So Jermaine, what do you say? Smash or pass to this one? You no
I will not be with the chameleons. Like, I'm not down for, this is going to be so great, and then you wake up and it's Mystique. Like, I'm not here for it.
Oh, no. Not what I thought it was. Okay, I see how it is. Why would he be so unsuspecting? What is it that you'd be expecting from him that he wouldn't be delivering?
Oh.
That sounds personal.
No, I'm just wondering. I mean, as this version, because I feel like this, for me at least, this would be I mean, I do like the Owen before.
This version of Luke is so dry. Get out of here.
Okay. Yes, you're right. No, you're right. You're 100% right. You are 100% right. This version of Luke is very dry. Okay, you're right. All right, good. All right, then moving on. So then, come on, smash or pass.
Who are you asking? Me?
Come on.
Oh, me. I'm sorry. He look like he has a little of the dark side. He tasted it at least before. At this point, he didn't force choke somebody at this point. So yeah, it's gonna be a smash for me.
So he said yes to this one.
So he understands how to force choke. So.
Stop. It's only 8:39, y'all. Come on.
I'm sorry.
Okay. So we've got one.
Look,
two.
Ricky, here on Geeking Out, Demon Time starts early.
Yes, demon time.
Golly.
Stop.
I love it.
Okay, so we got 2 for, 1 against, one pass. Trip, what do you say?
So generally, Luke Skywalker is probably the least sexiest character in the entire series to me. But specifically this guy, I mean, I think we've all been catfished before, and this whole character, is he really Luke, or is he just, the deep fake situation? So I'm gonna say pass, and shame on him for trying to fool us.
Yeah. Is that Ellen DeGeneres?
Look. That contour can't fool me.
Okay. I've seen RuPaul.
This bitch, no. Not Ellen and RuPaul. I'm mad. You're out here taking all our icons.
Mm-mm.
All right, so and then this for me is sorry, things are breaking. Sorry. This for me is, I don't know, this is a hard one. Because Jermaine's right, he's very dry. But I feel like he's got the vigor that I'm looking for at this time in his life. So I'm gonna actually pass. I'm gonna pass because you know why? The galaxy is filled with a lot of people.
Yes, it is.
The galaxy is filled with a lot of people, and for all the people there are, Luke Skywalker doesn't do it for anyone. Except for like Marge.
I agree with that.
I did for Luke Skywalker. Whatever. I thought he was cute when he was young. At least we saw it for him. Whatever.
Oh yeah, nobody's denying that for sure.
Poor thing now though. Anyway,
where's Danny Glover's character?
All right, so moving on to a quick one. This is a fun character. Okay, so if you have she's got emotional baggage, daddy issues, 100% actually, 100% things we don't need.
Oh,
right, so this is Peli Motto. This is Peli Motto from The Mandalorian. If you have been watching and you love The Mandalorian, you know that this character. Okay, the thing with this character is we're gonna smash and pass her, but she would smash every single one of us. So I had to put her on here because she would try. Every single one of us.
Equal opportunity smash queen.
She is the queen of equal opportunities. So I was like, I had to put her on here because she would make a pass at everyone. So would you smash or would you pass?
Pass.
If you were to encounter her, you would have to. You would have to go through.
I gotta go first on this one.
You're gonna what?
I have to go first.
Okay. Oh, go first. Yes, please.
So, you gotta smash. Can you imagine the experience this woman has? She's freaking, everybody in the galaxy. She knows exactly what to do. Yeah, she's experienced with robots. I mean, anything you need to get you off, this woman has. And she has hair. You can hold on to it. Like, she's really got everything.
It provides cushion in case, she's prepared.
She's a businesswoman. She's a strong
right.
woman.
She's been with Wookiees, Jawas,
Twi'leks.
Yo, honestly, we said something about tentacles before. She's a master of tentacles, like.
And syringes. Ricky, did you fall out?
She almost died. She's like, I don't even know anymore.
Good night, y'all. Good night. It's time for bed.
Also, she'll probably build you a starship while doing it.
Thank you. As a thank you, she'll give you a starship. Like, hello.
Right?
This was great.
Thank you for visiting my box.
If anything, just to see you go.
Isn't that Harry Potter's auntie?
No, wasn't that the what do they call them? Squids?
Did you call her a squid?
No, like, so in Harry Potter, there's like a squid. Like, they're part of the wizarding community, but they don't like practice magic.
Muggles.
No, they weren't muggles. They weren't. Like, there was like a neighbor lady that like kept an eye on Harry while he was with the Dursleys, and like she didn't have any magical powers, but like she was not Muggle born. I don't know.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, the old lady with the cart. I remember.
Yeah. Isn't that her? Is that her? I don't know.
Yeah, it could be. Honestly, McGonagall. I mean, Umbridge. We don't know. It's one of these.
Winifred Sanders.
One of these old ladies. Anyway, so moving on. I think we'd all probably pass. Well, no. Actually, no. I lied. So we have what? A pass from Timon. Pass from Ricky. Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, don't even ask me this question. Trips and Smash. I'm here for it. Jermaine.
What?
Ridiculous.
What?
You know you want to. You may not admit to it, but you're gonna do it.
That's you and your whole face.
Yeah,
That's not mine. That's not me.
What if I turn off all the lights?
Like I said, this is not my ministry, okay?
It's okay. We'll pass. Okay, moving on to the next one. Anyhow, so
let's do one more, and then let's move on. Yeah, or I mean,
it's a trap. It's a trap.
Not crawfish.
It's a trap.
Not a huge crawfish.
No, it's a trap. We can't do it anymore. Okay.
Not a huge crawfish.
I love a man in uniform. I have to say, I love a fish in uniform. I guess.
oh my
Okay,
God.
I'm gonna do two more, but they're gonna be fast. I'm super sorry. Don't hate me. So we're gonna the first one. She's like, right. Okay, I know I've been talking.
It's your clock.
All right.
Anyway, so this one, I'm sorry. So I was like, look for pictures of Darth Maul, right? Because I was gonna do Darth Maul, and then all this stuff came up, and I was just like, and then I found myself down a rabbit hole, and I was like, guys, can we
talk about fan art? Like,
No. That first one. That's not Darth Maul. That's what's his name. Savage.
Is
That's
it?
a perfume.
That's a whole perfume. Does it smell like Dark Side? Probably. All right, so smash your pass. Here we go. Smash your pass, Jermaine. Smash your pass. Darth Maul.
Oh hell no! Pass. That man is all sorts of no.
Okay, Ricky, smash your pass.
All of the psychological issues that I don't want to deal with.
Can it be a one-night stand then?
I was gonna say, well, that's what I say. It is only a smash or a pass. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a quick one too.
Can just do one time and then call it a day. You know.
Darth Maul roaches. He always come back.
And that's okay. Just schedule with my assistant.
I'm mad. I'll give you that one.
But I'll be like, oh, I'm busy. I got the kids.
He'll be the one to give you like the clap or something.
Oh
no! Please.
Okay, so Ricky, what do you say?
I'd let it. I'd hit it once.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Timon, what do you say?
I said smash.
Okay, Chip.
I'd say smash, but I got a top because that's a lot of anger coming at you.
Stop, because I was going to say.
Absolutely.
Jesus.
Yes.
No,
you have to come back.
No, we don't.
You have to come back.
No, we don't.
Let me get you a contract.
Okay. And the last one, all right, the last one is Django / Boba / Django.
What? The Django?
Okay, it's
Django
the clone. It is the clone. So it is Django / Boba / the whole entire clone army.
Oh God!
Not the entire clone army.
Where's Han Solo?
It is all the versions of Django. It would have to be.
I don't need that kind of energy in my life. Okay,
No.
that's enough.
Like, I'm tapping out.
That's worse than college.
Tapping out.
That's good. I'm good.
We haven't said Mandalorian enough, but we're gonna do that right now. Okay, and then we're going to move on to. Okay, so this was fun, guys. This was a nice little smash and pass. All right. Anyway, so we are gonna move on to a commercial just because we need to. But please, Mandalorian, one more time. But we'll see y'all in like a hot minute. Yeah.
Ooh, okay, hold on. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. So that was Ricky Z.
That was
Come on.
Yes, I do the podcast management thingy, so
None of
yeah.
the show.
So if you have something that you're trying to do or you don't know where to start, just hit me up at. Oh, tell us about Hover. Oh, Hover.
Ooh, Hover.
Okay, yeah. So Hover.
Oh,
okay,
yeah,
so
Hover.
quick thing about Hover. So Hover is like the TikTok for Twitch. So if you are more of a Twitch fan, you can follow me on Hover. Should be Ricky Z. There's usually an underscore somewhere in the name. I don't always remember because it has to be different for each of my platforms. But you'll see little clips and highlights of Geeking Out and the show that I produce, No Clue. And then another show that I just started like literally yesterday.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got together with some other podcasters and we were talking about Bel Air. Like we want to talk about the entire season.
Yeah.
So we just recorded the first episode talking about episode 1. And you'll see some clips from that on Hover too. And you can also find them on like my TikTok and my Instagram too. So if you want to find those things there, it's fun.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd your first show on? It was good? You had fun?
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah.
Awesome.
Like we were talking about like, how there's actually they didn't give us a light skin on Viv, they gave us a dark skin on Viv.
Ooh,
and then you guys, if you've seen our episode on Bel Air, we talk about this a little bit, but also like how Carlton is pretty realistic.
Yeah, he is.
He's pretty realistic. If you take out the laugh track, he's condescending and uppity, and
probably would be on drugs.
It probably would be on drugs. Yes, exactly. So
yeah,
those are just my thoughts. But yeah, check me out on Hover.
Yeah. All right, awesome. Okay, so we are back. We are gonna be doing some Mandalorian. Yay! So we're gonna start there because that's kind of where that continuity begins. So quick, really fast spoiler alert, just in case if you've been watching, if you've been listening and things, you maybe met a few characters that are new, but definitely plot and stuff you're gonna be hearing. So, yes, spoiler alert. All right. What was I gonna start with? Oh, that. Okay, so then
from the beginning,
Disney these days they've been like kind of leaning in really hard into like TV. So like last Disney Day, they kind of released all these new things that they're coming out with. The Mandalorian being one of them, Book of Boba Fett being another. They're now taking one of their other characters, Ahsoka, that she's going to also be getting her own series. And then they introduced actually a few other series. However, PS that just happened a few days ago, they just fired Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy like 3-4 days ago. And I don't know what they're doing now. But it seems that they've also taken on Kevin Feige, Feige from who does obviously Marvel.
Wow.
And so they've taken on him for one or two of the movies or a project, something like that. And I think that they're taking his direction, at least for the production of the way that they're weaving the continuity of the TV shows, at least currently. So that seems very reminiscent of what they do in Marvel. And I think that that's kind of, they're taking a page out of his book, especially because now they're working with him. So that's kind of new, and I'm not really sure who's going to be president now. I don't know what they're going to be doing. They've also scrapped like a couple of projects, so they were going to be doing a whole project focusing on like the dark side and going down that route, and like the Sith and exploring their culture and stuff. And then that's now kind of that's like on the chopping block. We're not sure if it's getting scrapped yet or not, but like there's a whole Rogue Squadron that's gotten scrapped. A whole like 2 or 3 projects that are like down the drain now, so we don't know what's going. Yeah, Kathleen Kennedy's gone. So and she's done a lot of stuff. She's done, oh my god, so many things. Like Indiana Jones. From like she's been like producing for a very long time. But I hear that they've just been clashing creatively, and that's why I think that where Kevin Feige has come in, and then Jon Favreau. Favreau, there it is. Terrible names these days. Favreau and then Dave Filoni, like they're all kind of like the heads of the different creative productions, I guess. And then obviously under Kathleen Kennedy, or with Disney rather.
I feel
and they're all kind of clashing.
Of all people, Disney would put Dave Filoni in charge of all things Star Wars. Like Dave Filoni would be Star Wars' Kevin Feige. Like Dave Filoni has been in the middle of Star Wars and redoing all of their mess since Clone Wars in 2002.
Yeah. Well, that's the continuity that they're kind of going with, and I believe that the clash is probably coming with her trying to stand out and move away from that. You know what I mean? Trying to not really have him, do her own project, I guess, and not really have him kind of coordinate her.
That's a seriously bad move on their part.
Which is it's a bad move on.
As much as I love Dave Filoni and what he's done with Star Wars, I'm sort of tired of him like pushing Ahsoka into every project there is. I'm tired of Darth Maul being pushed into every project there is, and Cad Bane all over the place. Everyone that was on the Star Wars on the Clone Wars series doesn't need to be in everything else.
Yeah, I think they're trying to bring them all into like the live action, but I think it's just because they're telling those stories in between. So that they're kind of leaning into the TV series, but because, for example, when Disney acquired Lucasfilms, the Star Wars canon the old canon got kind of all lumped up into something called Star Wars Legends. So the old extended universe, along with which was essentially all their different book narratives and storylines, they kind of all got lumped together, and they're not exactly canon now. So they are, however, taking a lot of those concepts and making them into these TV shows and these productions now. So really what they're doing is, I guess because they're using characters that people will know now and just using them to tie them into the Legends storylines. I think that's really what they're trying to do.
Aren't there twins?
Because they are
Skywalker twins.
In the Legends storylines, there's Skywalker.
Okay, I would want to see about them.
But we don't think that they're going to be, and I don't think they're going to be actually doing twins for this.
They're not a thing now.
They're not a thing now, no. That's the thing. So that's my point. These storylines hadn't been established over years, but then once Disney kind of acquired them, they said, no, we're going to redo the Star Wars universe, because technically those were supposed to be separate as it was. But the way that fans, the way it had grown with the fans, the extended universe kind of became canon just because so many people flocked to it. These were the only outside official stories we could look at.
Even before there were prequels, they had those books.
Right, because these movies came out in the 80s through the 90s. We didn't get Phantom Menace or so until like 2015, was it? 2012 to 2015, somewhere in there. You know what I mean? So there was at least like a 20-year gap or so in between before the revival, I suppose, of that franchise, I would say. So there's a lot of material that they're kind of going back on is essentially it. So now that they're kind of leaning into the TV series, they're just taking a lot of the Legend stuff plotline and they're reweaving all of these time periods in between the movies that they've released. But they're using characters that we know, so that's why we see Ahsoka a lot.
So is Princess Leia still a character?
Billy Berserker says
she was in the last few movies. Thrawn Trilogy, Courtship of Princess Leia, Mara Jade, everything that fans love got jettisoned and KK took the blame, essentially. And that wasn't necessarily her fault, but they are bringing all that back now, but she's still taking all the blame anyway, which is kind of, I think, what they
Gotcha.
Yeah, because if you've seen Star Wars Rebels, General Thrawn was in there.
Yeah, and they're bringing him back with Ahsoka. That's the whole point of Ahsoka's storyline, is to kind of wrap that story arc up. They're taking that story arc, but using Ahsoka to run it versus who was the protagonist in that story arc. It was what, Luke Skywalker? I don't even know. Luke Skywalker, one of the Skywalker twins that don't exist now. So it's like they're using a different character.
It was the ghosts, the specters, the phantoms, the rebels. I can't remember their names now.
Daisy Riley, Ripley.
Yeah. Also, but then there we have it. But then Thrawn came about in the Rebels storyline, so that makes sense, right? So I mean, they're still doing them. Mm-hmm. They're just using a few characters that we already know to kind of weave them all together. That's all. So I think it's a nice direction.
There's plus and minuses with Disney taking over, but I still think it's like way more. I mean, for like the diehard fans and the from the very beginning, back before we were all born, I guess we like to have our stories stay the same and stay true to that because that's what we grew up in. But for my kids growing up, like this is what they're being indoctrinated into, and it's new and it's fresh, and they're writing really good stories, and they're also putting out so much more content. So as a fan, for me, I can still appreciate the old and separate, okay, here's where Disney took over. But now I have like 20 things to watch versus the original 3 that we had for like 20 years or something. So it's really, and you have a place to go. You can go to Disney World and literally, my daughter, 9-year-old daughter, however old she was when we went to Disney World, was a freaking Jedi. Like she went to Jedi school and like got to fight against the dark. I mean, so those.
She was 7. Yeah, that was cute though.
When we went, but so those kind of experiences enhance the whole Star Wars, the whole feeling you get about being a fan of Star Wars. And so for that, like they can almost do no wrong at this point for me. So I mean, there's plus and minuses though.
Yeah, I agree because I think that they're really doing great with the writing, but that. You're right, because the fandom was super split when Disney kind of took over. So it's like we're trying to pick up the pieces now. But like I think that if you're just looking for the positive in it, you'll find something as an old as an old diehard fan or even as a new one because it's really well written, everything that's in there. Yeah. Okay, so The Mandalorian. Wow. Wow. That one. It was so. Speaking of mother effing written, this whole show was okay. So it's like a space western, but done beautifully. We have to say. So they're taking a lot of legend material and like weaving it into these things, especially when they're going into the lore of Mandalore and stuff. So they're still trying to give fans that bridge and the things that they know.
You called it a space western. Would you say it's a better space western than Firefly?
Oh yes,
Wow.
yes. Wait till you watch this. I'm sorry. Oh.
I've seen Mandalorian, but I don't have the love for Star Wars. I'll watch it. I just it's like my thing. But
it's so different though.
They are
so different. Like the purpose of it's the same idea, space western, but that's about as similar as they get, honestly. The storyline, everything changes after that.
Okay, you're right. No, you're right. I would say it's woven with a lot of stuff into it, but at the basis, I guess, the most basic form, I guess it's kind of like.
I mean, it doesn't get any more space western than Cad Bane.
Yeah, I'm saying, you know what I mean? And then, like, the spice trade and all this stuff, and, like, the main setting is Tatooine, the desert planet, like,
Everybody else is running around with, like, space swords and laser blasters, and then you got this guy running around with, like, 2 bio, like, revolvers under his poncho. Like...
All right, guys, sorry. It's like raining over here, and it just totally threw me for like a huge trip. I'm like, what am I hearing? What is happening? All of a sudden, I'm hearing like leaking now because I was like, guys, am I hearing the beach? It's the wind outside. This mic is too good, so it's like background noises sometimes kind of throw you off. So.
My wife doesn't like sci-fi. Hates listening to me geeking out about Star Wars.
What?
Won't watch a single episode of Firefly. But Baby Yoda drew her in.
Honestly, Baby Yoda was the best thing they did to really draw in any fan.
Way to merchandise, too.
Yo, that character is everything.
It's everywhere.
That's true. Well, that is a Disney branding. Is to bring it everywhere. So anyway, sorry, The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian. So.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Space Western. So this is kind of this story arc really brings out the backstory of Mandalore, and I think that this is going to bring us into a whole story arc that comes out of Legends, and it also will link somewhere with Rebels if you have been watching the Star Wars continuity in terms of the animated series, which is also really good. Star Wars Rebels, that one, all the animated ones I recommend. But okay, so then we start with the Mandalorian. That is Din Djarin. We are introduced to Din Djarin. He is a skilled bounty hunter, which you all know. He is anyway, he is a Mandalorian who are technically all skilled bounty hunters, which is why he himself is also one. So he gets a job. He finds out what this job is. That introduces us to our new very favorite branded character, the child. So then obviously whoever it is looking for the child, he's clearly Imperial. So like that's ex Empire, ex Imperial, old school Star Wars. He's known by only the client, and he's really seedy and stuff. I love his voice though. P.S. Everyone who's cast in this fucking show is amazing, but his voice is so good. So we have him, and he's looking for the child, baby Yoda, who we then find out obviously is force sensitive, being much like Yoda's race. So yes, okay, the Mandalorian bounty hunter, he finds him. He goes to return him. Obviously he's going to regret that. But so one of the really great things that I liked about this was, I'm kind of going through the first season really fast because we've been talking a lot. But because there's a few other ones. But so the key parts are that, he finds this baby, the child who is supposed to be retrieved by the Galactic Empire, the old Galactic Empire, is looking for. He's force sensitive, we find out, which obviously might be a key thing. We're not quite sure yet, but we're figuring it out. But the Mandalorian's like, well, I gotta protect you because I brought you back at first, and then he went back and rescued him because he was like, this was probably a bad idea. That was really low of me, even for a bounty hunter. Also, things to keep in mind though, this all really speaks to the way of the Mandalore, which is what we're kind of really getting to see, which is even though we see that he is a bounty hunter, we are going to see that he's actually a little bit more honorable, and that kind of goes a lot with the culture of Mandalore, and the way that they dictate themselves, I guess. So we see a lot of that. So yeah, but it's what makes him so good though.
Okay, well, see, like the Mandalorian way and everything. He's part of that whole like outskirt Death Watch cult, like the ones that like were like the crazy ones back in the Clone Wars days.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because they're a little bit more belligerent, I guess, is the right way of saying it. But it's funny because, yeah. Well, in Legends, it's that code is broken up into three eras, I guess. And so it's like the old school one is it's very like high chivalry. He's definitely a cultish believer. He is, but honestly, that was really what was super endearing about it. But yes, so he's more of like that.
He
that
was
time.
raised in it. It wasn't like he was found in the middle of a war and then raised by the Death Watch cult. It's not like he was raised on Mandalore.
Right. Well, yeah, he was a foundling and then raised in it, but it's just who had found him, I guess. But the Death Watch cult, at least it's funny because they believe in like the old way, but they still take on some of the new way, which is to be bounty hunters. You know what I mean? So that's why I feel like even they are kind of not exactly the way that the old code used to be, because the old code was just very much about like combat. It's centered around six like major concepts, and being aggressive wasn't even in there. You know what I mean? Of the 6 concepts, like the only one that would be in any way like a conflict would be like the right to defend yourself or something like that. You know what I mean? And now here we have a whole warrior race that's like born out of this. So they've taken them, obviously. change them.
That's one thing I love about all these Disney spinoffs and stuff. They take people that have been villains, and you get the backstory, and you find out like, ooh, there's a reason they're like this. And so this is just another example of like, yes, they weren't founded that way, but when their entire world was destroyed, it's like they've had to grow and survive. And so you can appreciate that. It's like, yes, they kick ass. Yes, they like go and like do these terrible things, but they're doing it for survival of their people, of their belief, of their, it's almost like a race, religion, all. And so you can respect that, respect that too, for people fighting for, they're having to grow and adapt. Maybe not the purest way, but in a way that like works for them. I don't know. I like how Disney has been doing that with these shows, like just showing all the the stuff that's like, it's kind of like all of us, right? Like for complicated people.
Yeah.
Right.
No, absolutely, because honestly, Admiral Thrawn, like, okay, so we're talking about how he will be making his way in Ahsoka. He's been laid out in Rebels, but we're getting all his backstory, and we're learning about how he's, like, become this villain. And it's kind of awesome,
Yeah.
That's why they brought back Darth Maul a lot, too, if anything, was just to kind of give him his backstory. I mean, they did wear him out, but... But, I mean, I'd wear him out, too. Anyway... But
I have a question.
Shoot.
Did they bring Bo-Katan into the live action series? I can't remember.
They did.
Was she on The Mandalorian?
She was on No, she was on Mandalorian. Yes.
She was. She was on season 1. I remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
She helped them find the baby. The child again at some point. Okay, so yeah, where was that? Oh yeah, so then we have the baby. We are kind of finding about the Mandalorian himself. His big thing is that so the big thing about Mandalorians is that there's a very strong cord of honor that kind of guides them. So even as bounty hunters, they're very honorable, I would say. So like they always get their mark. You know what I mean? They always get their kill. They always make their mark, and it's a very fair deal. It's, you know what I mean? Like you make a deal, I will make I uphold my end as long as you uphold your end. Everything will go smooth, kind of thing. And they're reliable in that way. So for him to finish a job and then to come back, and that's kind of also like bending of his beliefs and things and of their way and their code and stuff. So it lays out all these little plans about these little details about how Mandalorians are much different from other people, and then how that's kind of driving him in his story arc, because I believe they're setting him up for something really big. So it's really cool. So he finds the baby. Baby's a force sensitive. So obviously he might be a problem. The Galactic Empire wants him. We're not really sure why. So we kind of just go throughout this whole jockeying throughout the first season about figuring out what it is that they want him for, and they're hunting him down. So eventually, towards the end by the end of the season, the Empire introduces one particular villain baddie, which we all love, Moff Gideon. He is the one at the head currently of whatever faction of the Galactic Empire is looking for this child. he's the one who's looking for the child and wants to do whatever it is that is in charge of whatever's going to happen with it. So he's like a big baddie in that way. But we love him because his delivery is awesome in everything he does. We find out that he corners the Mandalorian and finally steals the child after chasing after this thing the whole season. He finally gets to steal the child and then corner the Mandalorian. Of course, there's a save in the day, because why wouldn't there be? But we don't get that without first defeating the rest of the stormtroopers that are of conflict. Moff Gideon himself gets more or less killed, is what we think. And then the everyone saves the day. So now the Mandalorian's like, all right, well, now that I've stolen this baby, what am I supposed to be doing with this baby now? Because, you know, originally I had gotten him as a bounty. He was supposed to be delivered as a bounty. So since that's no longer happening, the way his code works is, well, now he has to be delivered to his people. So he's force sensitive. Who are his people? Nobody knows because he looks like a Yoda. Nobody knows what Yoda is anyway. That's one of the biggest mysteries of Star Wars, of course. So because he's force sensitive, they wait, what? Although I think they are starting to reveal that obviously now.
They're going to eventually, because it's like Wolverine's past. You can only keep it in the shadows for so long until someone's finally like, let's tell that story.
Exactly. I mean, it has to happen eventually, especially if they're going to be extending this universe at all. I mean, I feel like they might have done that in the EU at any point. Ooh. I have never heard of it. Is that weird? Clones are a thing.
So Billy Berserker said clones are a thing after
Do we
all.
think
What
he is a
if
clone?
the child was a Sith clone of Yoda?
Wow, I didn't even think of that until literally just now. Bitch, that's a good one. Oh, so the mystery is nobody knows where the child came from, but we happen to know that the child does have a connection to the Jedi. So we don't know what that connection is or how that works, but he definitely has a past connection with the Jedi. And that's actually a really nice revelation, which I had never even crossed my mind, bitch. Yes, Billy. Okay, we're here for that. Okay, so all right, the Mandalorian's like, well, I gotta return him to the Jedi anyway because that's where he belongs, right? So that starts season 2's next story arc, I guess, is looking for the Jedi and trying to return him there. So we do some more space jockeying around, and it's a lot of galaxy cowboy fun. But he gets a tip for a Jedi from actually Bo-Katan. Eventually, through his search for a Jedi, he finds Bo-Katan, who is leading the Death Watch currently. Force powers like Force Lightning and Force Chokes are dark side powers. Just saying. They are. Well, Luke is no longer bound to a temple at this point. That's true. Also, they used to be
now.
More...
Like
who's gonna tell him no?
Being like a clear cut, like light side force can do this, and dark side force can do that.
Well, I think
now it's just like anybody does whatever.
No, I think that they're touching upon those because it's what powers the light side versus the dark side powers. You know what I mean? So whenever they show somebody doing something dark side, they're usually a little bit more angry and stuff emotionally, which is what would fuel a dark side power. It's just that they are more apt to do it now, but it's also who we're talking about. You know, if we're talking about Obi-Wan in his Jedi days, probably won't be doing it. Obi-Wan on his Tatooine days, when there's no order anymore, no Jedi order anymore. You know what I mean? Who are you keeping that order for? You know, maybe there's some leeway there. I would say, because like even like Rey does it now too, but Rey did it like out of just pure emotion. You know, she was just looking to do something and boom, lightning.
Rey is a whole bag of cat.
Okay, I know. Okay, we're not gonna talk about Rey. Okay, so moving on from that one.
Does she still exist?
What happened?
Does Rey still exist?
She actually does, but I think they're actually recasting her for whatever future projects that they're going to be doing with that character. Yes. Mad T. Lucasfilm is going ham on the changes and everything that Kathleen Kennedy, I guess, had put into motion already. I think they're just trying to move away from for whatever reason. So that's a scene, but that's what it seems like. So anyway, Mandalorian season 2, they meet Bo-Katan. She is looking for Moff Gideon because Moff Gideon is, by the way, still alive, and he has the Darksaber, which for the Mandalorians is essentially what anoints the rightful ruler of their planet. Period. In a way, sorry, basically. So she's looking for that so that she can be the rightful ruler of the planet. Moff Gideon has it, which he shouldn't. So it ends up in the hands of the Mandalorian, which is going to cause issues for later, I'm sure. As when season 3 comes, it's going to be time.
I'm literally like the only one drinking whenever he says Mandalorian. So.
Ow.
Oh.
He's like, I'm already drunk.
I didn't know what the word was. I wasn't here when we said that.
Oh, bitch, I'm sorry. Yeah, Mandalorian. Yeah, okay, well, you better stop. Me too. Where was it? Okay, so he ends up with the Darksaber, which now makes him technically the rightful ruler of Mandalore. Which is going to start its own little bit of story arc, which we think is going to be the setup for season 3. But before everything, before everything goes to hell, as things usually do in these storylines, before the climax comes, we are introduced. I'm sorry. Oh, guys, I messed that one up. I meant to put Ahsoka in there because we have to introduce her, obviously. Okay, so before we get to the big reveal towards the end, we meet. So we meet Bo-Katan. He gets the Darksaber. We also meet Ahsoka. Bo-Katan tells the Mandalorian where he can find a Jedi. This is when he is directed to. Still downloading words. Sorry, Jermaine. Honestly, that wig would work for Skywalker too.
It would.
Bitch, that wig is just. We're gonna wear that wig out. We're gonna have to wear that wig out. Sorry, Ricky, we can't hear you. I know you were telling some kind of shade just then.
Let me turn it to Luke Skywalker.
No, you don't have to.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're led to the Jedi, Ahsoka. Introducing Ahsoka, which is Rosario Dawson. Oh my god, she fucking killed so hard.
What episode?
This is, I don't remember the episode. Something about Jedi. Something Jedi. Yeah, you asking me for the specific episode.
13. Are we on chapter 13?
I'm sorry?
I think it's chapter 13, episode 13.
See, thank you. Thank you, Trev. I'm unprepared with that one.
Pulled up on the side, so we're good. Don't worry.
No worries. Chapter 13. But her introduction was great. Her direction was beautiful. Oh my god! Like even like the little nuances and everything that she did was very akin to how she performed as an animated character. Like what? No way! It was so. Rosario Dawson did her fucking work. She like studied her character and she delivered. I have to say. Also, the look was great because everyone was always kind of worried about Ahsoka's design and like how she was gonna come out in real life because she's such a loved character, I guess. But the costuming is just gotten so great from Star Wars 1 to Star Wars now, But they did a really great job.
Play on what?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Because her playing on it longer, and I only did shorter.
It's okay.
What
We can hear you even though it said you were muted.
Oh no. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
No. He's upset about something, but I'm gonna mute myself again.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We're taking petitions, okay, and and we're gonna be solving his problems later. Don't worry. Anyhow, yeah. So we meet Ahsoka. We meet Ahsoka, which is the Jedi that he's looking for, but she is not the Jedi to train him, as she says, because Ahsoka herself is she left the Jedi Order, which we find out in the Clone Wars, and she kind of becomes our quintessential gray Jedi. Although I don't know what they're setting her up for exactly. I feel like they're gonna make her be like the new, like, light side Jedi Master. Like the leader. I feel like that's what they're setting her up for. But we're not sure how this is gonna work out. But I feel like that's part of her path, though, is going down the gray Jedi path, which is kind of who uses someone who understands the dark side, who seeks to at least understand the dark side. While staying in the light side, I guess.
Where's the character? He was. He has a black robe, and I think he has electricity, and I think that he fought Daisy.
Oh, Snoke. Okay, so this is also, I think we are getting the setup to that character, to the birth of that character and how.
Okay, I love his character.
Possibly.
No,
Sorry to interrupt, but Chip Parker, your children are gonna get in trouble soon. So
Ooh.
Yeah, well, they're supposed to be in bed, so.
I know.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
oh,
Sorry.
tell them I'm not to get them.
Oh.
All right, cool.
Okay, I think that means we need to wrap this up soon. So, moving on real quick.
Yep.
Yeah, so we meet Ahsoka. She's not the one to train him, so she sends him to another Jedi. So long goes the quest currently. And then we get our final and most epic reveal at the end of the second season, which we already saw in our Smash and Pass, which is the new and improved version of Luke 2.0, with the whole with the face CGI and he comes in.
Catfish.
Yeah, the catfish. Exactly, the catfish.
Okay, so Luke entering this season or entering that scene mirrored Darth Vader's entrance in Rogue One when he just the lightsaber lights up and then he just swap through all the dudes.
Yeah, and then that's also all that came from Darth Vader.
Move for move.
Who played Darth Vader?
James Earl Jones.
In Rogue One? I don't know. They got James Earl Jones.
No, I was
him.
Anakin. Was that Anakin or Darth Vader?
Oh, Anakin Skywalker was the pre-Darth Vader, and that was Hayden Christensen.
Isn't he getting the show too?
Yeah, they're bringing him back. They're bringing him back, I think, just like as an actor briefly, as a part of Kenobi, which is coming out in May 25th, I believe, like on the dot.
They're giving him a chance to
redeem himself.
Well, maybe not necessarily redeem himself, but like, because I think like the fans like really ripped into him for a while after that.
Yeah,
that's because his movies were boring.
Yeah,
Rogue One is good.
Rogue One was great. Thank you. Totally riffed Rogue One because it's the best that's the best Star Wars movie to come out since the Holy Trilogy. 100%. 100%.
I've never seen it, but now I want to watch it.
I would just say, after all this time, Rogue One is the only time Darth Vader has ever scared me.
Oh, although, well, okay, what I will say is that Rogue One, that scene in Rogue One is Phantom Menace. That's Darth Maul's intro. Darth Maul's intro is that whole everything's dark and I'm just there with my cloak and then
Darth Maul
just the sabers come out.
He floats around in the desert and then fights them at the end.
Well, yeah, we know, but my point is that intro, the way that intro went, that's iconic from Phantom Menace. That's the only thing. Phantom Menace set a few standards, I guess, or benchmarks, I guess, for like future Star Wars, but they didn't. The rest of them didn't do too well. Of them, Phantom Menace I would put up there as one of my other favorites. Of the new ones, that's why.
Having that was cool was the slow light up of the other end of his lightsaber.
That was iconic, man. What are you talking about? Yeah, and that song, Duel of the Fates. What was it? That
the lead character of Rogue, is she a female?
That song goes hard, and they use that on everything now.
Thank you, and it was on. It's in all of their installments now. It made it on like TRL for like weeks, guys. It made it please. It made it on MTV like top 10, whatever, like top 5 at least for like 2 weeks, something like that. 2-3 weeks when it first came out. I do. Bitch, I do. I was there. I was there like taping it. It was so bad. I was the loser. I'm sorry, guys. I was really excited. I was really excited when they revamped it because I love Star Wars. So. That's why Phantom Menace was good. It was kind of a little disappointing, but
for those of you that didn't see it, my most loved use of that song was during the Darth Vader versus Ahsoka Tano fight in Rebels. Oh, so dramatic.
Drama. That song is high drama.
It was the best.
From beginning to end, 100%. Okay, so anyway, that's Book of Mandalorian. So we still rescue the kid. We defeat Moff Gideon. We capture him. Yeah, I know. We're gonna wrap that up right now. Actually, that's why. And then now what? And then he flies away essentially, and that's it. So now we're like, okay, well, what are we doing next? Oh, it ends with the beginning of Book of Boba Fett. Sorry, that's what it was. We meet Boba Fett along the way. He helps get the kid back. We meet Luke Skywalker finally. We hand the kid over to Luke Skywalker, and then that's the end of the Mandalorian, at least. And then now we get a little bit of footage of the Book of Boba Fett, which is just all about him becoming the crime boss of Tatooine, essentially, which is also in Legends, which also happens in the comics as well. One of the Star Wars comics about him as well. So they're weaving in some of those storylines and elements still into like the Book of Boba Fett. So if anything, that was like a fan service show, I thought, to give Boba Fett some redemption.
Yeah, like I thought Boba Fett. Did Boba Fett come back in the Legacy days?
He did. I think so. Maybe not in the Legacy, but definitely in the comic books. Because in Legacy, Bib Fortuna definitely takes over after Jabba, right? I'm pretty sure that still happens. But I do not remember Boba Fett. I don't remember if Boba Fett takes that out from under him. I know Bib does run it for a little while, which, I mean, they kind of show.
Boba Fett came back. I don't think he took over Tatooine.
Okay, that might be new then. So they might be doing Bib's whole storyline of taking over afterwards, and now giving that to, you know what I mean? They're taking different storylines that they've had in the extended universe, and they're still weaving them in here. So we're still getting to see some of that. It's cool. Was overdone in Legend stories in my way. Yeah, exactly. He got a. Well, that's the thing. Boba Fett was fans love him. Fans love, like, original Star Wars fans love Boba Fett.
Original Star Wars fans, Boba Fett was the stormtrooper that looks different. Like, that's all it was.
Yeah, essentially.
But more accurate with the shooting.
He actually, like, shot people every once in a while. Except for that one time he lost to Luke. Because stuck in a Sarlacc pit, bitch.
But he climbed that. Just tripped into the Sarlacc pit. That's a lesson we can all learn. When you fall down in a Sarlacc pit,
you climb right back out. That's right.
Back out, and you face the world. And you find some friends that live in the desert.
And then you take over their crime syndicates. And then and then you become the crime boss. Duh.
Exactly.
Crawl yourself out from the Sarlacc pit by your bootstraps.
Yeah.
Capitalism at its finest. That's what we're watching. Okay, anyway, so Book of Boba Fett was also fucking phenomenal because they introduced a lot of different characters, a lot of old characters, a lot of characters from tangent shows, from other shows and stuff, and they brought them in, and they gave him his own, like, little bit of redemption as a Western, as a big character. And so I feel like, I don't think they're going to do another Book of Boba Fett. I think they're just doing this complete, and then that's it. Myself. I don't know if anyone has any.
I think they will. You know why? Because Disney can't let go of Ming-Na Wen.
You okay?
To be everything.
Yes, I agree. They can't let go of anything. So it's like, no, yeah. So maybe they will, but it seems as if Book of Boba Fett is supposed to stand as its own and be done. I hope. But we'll see how that works. So anyway, that was those. But what's next? We don't know. Oh, so that's it. I guess we're moving on to Mandalore at the end of the Book of Boba Fett. That's what it is. So they kind of wove both of those storylines together, and essentially they end off with Boba Fett running Tatooine, and they send the Mandalorian off onto Mandalore, which will then start now season 3 of the Mandalorian, which is due to come out sometime. We're not sure. Sometime soon. I don't know, but
probably.
It is soon. I think it's after Kenobi, which is in May. So it's sometime. Actually, at the end of the year is what it is predicted to be.
Mandalore plays.
Mandalore is shambles, and that's what we're going to find out. I guess I believe it's going to be the remnants of a planet, but we're not really sure how that's going to work out. I'm actually excited to do it though, because like they're so. I really like how they are setting them up to be very zealous. That's the word. to be very zealous, but then having to like come to terms with that, with reality. You know, they're kind of exploring that path a little bit, and that was really cool. I thought they did with the Mandalorian, and then with obviously the child. You know, so they give the child the 2 options: you can go back to your dad, or you can train and be a Jedi. You know what I mean? And that's like a lifelong path. And the same thing with the Mandalorian: you can save your child or wear this helmet. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, or live by your creed. So and like their sacrifice for each other in that way. I thought that was probably the most touching part of this story arc so far. And we're really excited.
And then they're going to get back to the planet Mandalore and find the girl that was on Rebels, and she's going to be there. And
yeah, they're bringing
like, oh, my family is in charge, and he never actually has to choose. You can be both.
Yeah, exactly. That, I think that's kind of what they're getting at, and that's okay. So I think that they're playing with that whole balance, that idea of balance. Actually, weird, but I think they're playing with that idea of balance in the Star Wars universe, because they were supposed to be exploring the dark side, the extreme dark side of the Force, and they were going to explore the extreme light side of the Force, and then come to balance with Ahsoka, essentially, in a way. So that looks like the plan that they're looking at, but now who knows? they've scrapped half of it, so who knows what's happening. Watch the last episode of Book of Boba Fett.
Last episode of the Book of Boba Fett, they pulled everything and tried to squeeze everything ever from every finale into it. They're like, okay, we're gonna have a shootout, and we're gonna have a sword duel, we're gonna have a melee fight, and a kaiju battle. And
honestly though, they were like, what do fanboys love? All these genres, put them all in there. But throughout the show, no, just the last episode.
I mean, riding a Rancor into battle is pretty hardcore.
That was pretty nice, though.
Not gonna lie, my nipples were a little hard on that one. Not gonna lie.
Honestly, that was gonna be one of the. Oops, Susan, I gotta clock out. Bye. Ricky said goodbye.
No.
Oh no, Ricky, no.
Ming-Na Wen as Fennec Shen, she killed. Actually, the casting was so
honestly
good.
Ming-Na Wen is great in everything. She was the best part of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. She's the best part of Book of Boba Fett, because I know ain't nobody turning in for him and his back to tank.
No, I hear it. Honestly, I will say, I thought that her last moments were a little anticlimactic, though. Her last like fight scene, I would say. Her assassination.
Stuck in and assassinated everybody.
Yeah, I mean, it was great, but I was like, it was a little anticlimactic. I was like, girl, I was hoping.
She killed everybody all super swift, even though like.
I would have liked to have seen her. I would have liked to have seen her on the way, like the path. You know what I mean? Like her, not take out people around the corners and the lead up to it. That's all I'm saying. That's fine, because I was just like, they're cutting to them in the cavalry. Yeah, but we're here for it. Okay, any other standout characters we think that we're excited to see? Other than the baby, the child, I'm actually excited to see. I was saying if there's anyone else you're excited to see come back.
And his antics of eating everything that's a frog or an egg or whatever he's not supposed to be eating.
I'm just happy he's back. But Pelly's gonna be fun. I'm happy we're gonna have more Pelly, I'm sure, in the next one. I think she's great. She's one of my favorites, and I thought it was so. She's what?
I said he's back and he has better control over himself and his powers.
Oh, he will now. Yeah.
Am I the only one that wants to see more of the Hutts? Like, I just think they're so interesting that they're like.
You mean the
dominate
twins?
Yeah, the twins.
They were really funny.
I feel like there's some sexual chemistry, even though they're brother and sister. Like, it just makes,
I know.
There's something so wrong there.
That's weird.
Large. And they're on a desert planet. They're morbidly obese, and they're sitting out like they're slugs. It seems like they should dry up. But anyway, I've always liked Jabba the Hutt, and I think the twins are really interesting characters.
Oh, is that when Princess Leia was in that slave uniform?
Yeah,
I had that toy. I remember that.
You had the Jabba the Hutt toy or the Princess Leia toy?
The Princess Leia toy.
You said no.
Come on.
Yeah, the first I remember the scene when Princess Leia choked out Jabba the Hutt. That was the first scene I ever masturbated to. So it was really
okay. Look. That will not be a highlight on the show. No.
Oh, why not? All right. Admit that, guys.
No.
Okay, so
Come
another
on,
funny
Steve,
story.
it's
Actually,
so
on the
cute.
Smash and Pass, one of the gifs was actually going to be her joking, and I was going to be like, "Oh, because we praise this moment, blah 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 blah." Now it's a good thing. It's a good thing it didn't load, obviously.
Too far.
The universe
this
is
is
on our side. All right, so this has been great. What everyone,
Wait, you mean I haven't been wearing my microphone this whole time? Have you even been able to hear me?
We have been able to hear you actually, but I'm surprised you have
Oh,
not been
good.
wearing it.
That means I don't gotta wear it.
No, you don't. But it's actually probably better because I think we do hear you better now.
yeah, we do.
Sorry. Anyway, so please like, subscribe, follow. There's a button for that. There's a button for this. Please like, subscribe, follow. We are there. It goes. We are on Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, all the things. We have Jermaine, Ricky. Thank you, Trip, for joining us.
Come back.
Come back.
Thank
Yes.
you,
I hope we
Trip.
didn't scare you away. Hopefully you didn't scare any of us away. Oh, we don't know.
I'm scarred for life.
Ricky's like, I love y'all, but I think I'm dead. All right, so what do we have next week, guys?
That's a good question. That's something on a spreadsheet that I don't have to pull up yet.
We don't know. Okay, so you will join us next week, y'all. We will be back here Mondays, 8 o'clock Pacific, Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. Standard.
Oh, my bad.
Standard
It's
Time.
me. It's me. It's Peacemaker.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
Yay!
Peacemaker.
Yeah.
There's some John Cena.
Come on, wait.
shenanigans.
What's Peacemaker?
Is that that show on HBO Max?
Yes.
Is it a movie or a show?
Show.
It's a show.
It's a
He
show.
was
it's
in a
series.
movie though.
Is
I
there
mean,
a
he did
side
good in the
show on it?
movie. The movie was nice, right?
The movie was a DC movie.
Billy,
Oh,
He was in the Suicide Squad. I mean, like the movie was a DCEU movie.
Yeah.
Take that how you will, but
The truth.
Peacemaker, Peacemaker itself is actually pretty hilarious and good. I like Peacemaker.
Don't they usually cast the the show characters differently from the movie?
Oh,
ones?
yeah,
Most of them,
differently.
yeah, like all the movie actors are different from the show actors technically. Most of the time, except for this one, I would say.
Yeah, they're different unless they're doing like a multiverse thing. Whatever.
Yeah.
DC is. Never mind. We'll talk about that.
We will find out next week, y'all.
But yes,
DC confuses everyone.
Can't figure it out.
Yeah,
so
Okay, bye everyone.
thank you for joining us. This has been great.
Thank you. Bye, y'all.